Okay, today we are on a sensitive skin client, which is thinning on the top and around the crown area. You see how it's a bunch of weight right here where I'm combing at, then it's light right here on the edge. So what I'm gonna do is give him a little bit of line enhancer to fill it in. Nothing too major, like you're really gonna be able to notice it's in there. And these are my sensitive skin clippers. I told you have to have multiple clippers. And there's my checkpoint. And okay, with the sensitive skin, you have to have sensitive skin clippers, the same ones that I use on some of the kids. And these are my trimmers, which is babyless. And I don't have them zero gapped, because you can't have a clipper that's zero gap for sensitive skin. So y'all must be aware of that. So I do have a zero gapper. Most of my clippers are zero gap, but like I said, I have to have some for the children, the sensitive neck, sensitive skin. And these are perfect for it. They don't catch, they don't snag. Well, I'm pretty much a babyless fan too. And Andis and Babyless and Masters is top brands for me. But I love these because I can do the ball with these, and I also can line them up with these, having that sensitive skin. Remember a few times I forgot about it and I grabbed my other Sharp babyless, the ones that zero gapped, and he definitely gave me a call when he got home and got out the shower like, man, I got a whip around my head. And I'm like, what? How? Oh man, I did use the zero gap. So be mindful, y'all. People with sensitive skin, you should not be using zero gap clippers on them. And you see how he thinning up there top, man? I'm gonna fill it right on in. Just watch. And my fillers, I love the fact that they don't be noticeable. It's just some black line enhancer. It's called multirazor.com. And it's black owned. And I've been shopping with him for years. So what it does is just stains the skin for maybe 3-4 days. And I make it look natural. Well, you can definitely be the judge of that at the end of the video. Okay, now I'm switching over here to my 1.5 guard with my babyless clippers. Now I'm going to be cutting the top down to a 1, but I'm using the 1.5 first just to thin it out. Because a lot of times when you go straight for that low guard, it end up being too low. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking it down step by step. Because mind you, I'm supposed to be blending this in. It's thinning on top, so the sides is thick, the top is thin. So in order for me to blend that in, I got to go step by step. I'm not going to just jump in with that 1 guard. I'm 1.5 right now. You'll see me do the switch. And I love them babyless clippers. I got the blackouts right there. But for some reason, it catches a lot of hair between the guard and the blade. And I take the guard off and knock the hair off. But besides that, I like them. As far as the fade, I love them. They the closest you're going to get to a good fade versus the Masters, because there ain't nothing beating the Masters right now. And I might have to bring my Masters back out, or if I can find a lighter Masters. These babyless right here, they so light. You see how I'm getting the hair off right there? It was getting clogged up in that guard right there. So you don't want it to get too clogged. Then if you get too clogged, you're going to end up pulling hair. So I got to keep them clean. See, now I switched over back to the 1 guard. And if you can see how I'm holding my hand on the back of the guard, this is a habit that I adopted years ago when I was using fast feed with those red guards. And if you're a barber, you know them red guards. And that red guard, that little metal lever that snapped behind it, it broke. And the guard came off, and I put a gash in the dude's head. So from that point forward, no matter what clipper I use, I put my hand behind it to protect that guard. That'll never happen to me again. Oh, wait, unwanted customer came in. And as I said, he had sensitive skin, and I had the door open because I didn't want to turn the air on yet. Being a little cheap, but with that sensitive skin, he told me he was allergic to bees. I went into attack mode. Die, you flea-bitten varmint. All right. Back to action. Okay, let's get back serious. Okay, that's taken care of. I eventually had to shut the door because his boy came in. I don't know what he did to them prior to this haircut, but they was trying to get dog together. So I said, before y'all get him together, I got to make him crispy. And as you can see, I'm going lightly over the top because the top is already, God is cutting the top. So it's already light. So I'm going over there lightly because I don't want it to go as low as the sides. I want to make the sides as high as the top. And you'll see me do that with the shears at the end too, just to get the loose boys. Okay, with that ball fade line, I know a lot of people start with guards first, but I start with the open blade. So as the open blade, I'm going to, do my adjustments. On clippers, you got different adjustments. I would say it's about 3-4 notches on there from low all the way to high. But that line that I didn't put detailed in there, I want to knock it on out right now. Then I'm going to go up with the blend. As you can see, it's step by step. Now you see I'm pushing the line up a little higher. And then once I take that bottom line out, I'm going to take the next line out. Okay, then that's going to give you your ball fade. With sensitive skin. And that's a lot because I'm telling you, this boy, everything that you touch on his head with the wrong clippers is going to be red and whipped up. And I always use comb and clippers, but every here and there I got to grab that brush to make sure I'm getting it on off because when they get home, they're not going to use the comb on their head. They got waves, so they're going to use the brush. So I definitely have to use the brush here and there. But what the comb does for me is I'm taking the clippers going up. So some of the hair is going up. Then I take the comb, as you can see right there, and pull the hair back down. Because you got to know where you at with the blend. Next year, man. Okay, the blend is coming along perfectly. And this is what I say about people that have chemicals and stuff in there. You have to be washed. Come washed, man, please. We don't provide that service right now. We will in the future, but right now I have too many clients. I wouldn't even have time. Okay, that's when the other B came in, so I had to close the door because he was getting a little nervous. I don't know what he did to them bees, but closed the door and had to turn the air on. Okay, back to this blend. You can actually see the weight line disappearing slowly but surely. Now, if I would have turned my Andes trimmers upside down like a lot of us do and made a line around and went bald, I would be catching HE double hockey sticks getting that line out. But you don't have to get a line out that you don't put in. That's why doing that ball fade, I come up and come off in the C area. And here's something else that I like to do. It didn't say it's the right way or the wrong way. This is what I like to do. As you can see, I'm focused on one side of the head, and I go all the way back to the back of the occipital bone, and I stop there. Reason being, give my clippers time to rest so they never get hot. I do one side at a time. So I'm gonna do this side, then flip him over, and then do the other side, and then do the back, and then the front. So each side I'm doing, my clippers get the rest. So I don't use Cool Lube. Not a Cool Lube, no. It's just something about Cool Lube that just don't strike me right. Because, we barbers, we not machines, so we do make mistakes. And I just feel like you spraying Cool Lube on some clippers and don't get all the Cool Lube off and your clipper is sharp and you cut somebody. So now you got Cool Lube going into their skin, open wounds. Okay, now here he is on the other side now. Remember, I'm taking him down with that 1.5 first. And then I'm going to drop back down to the 1 guard. But here we go. It's going to clog up in a second. I got to get that hair up out them guards. Once I figure that out with these boys here, I'm going to love these clippers. Now I'm back to the 1 guard. All right, we went down with that 1.5. And with that drop fade, you see how I like to get it right up under the occipital bone? And he didn't want his dropped a lot. He actually just be wanting his to kind of cover up that occipital bone because it sticks out. So getting the hair off them guards again. telling you, boy, once that is complete with them clippers, I don't know. Masters might have a run for their money, man. I don't know. But I love them babyless. Okay, you see me still with that comb. And that's for some of the hair that just cut and be still sitting on top of the head. Comb it on off. Get it out the way. Lightly on the top now. We thinning on the top. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're going to, yeah, okay, lighten up a little bit. Get the hair out. Oh, not too much on top, Ty. Oh, whoa, whoa, a little lighter. Okay, now I can press a little heavy on the side where all the weight is at. See that thinning, 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 thinning. And for a lot of people with that thinning, I've tried it myself and I love it, and I offer it to all my clients. Botana oil. You can get that on Amazon. It's natural. No chemicals in it, so no reactions, none of that. Is natural Botana oil. I want to say Dr. Sabi said something about Botana oil years ago, too. But it definitely worked for me, man. One of these days, I'm going to find my old picture where I was thinning up top, and I'm no longer thinning. I'm aging backwards with Botana oil. I need to be a spokesman for them. Y'all hear that, Botana oil? I'm promoting y'all. Okay, so you can see again where I'm getting that line out at the bottom. Taking that line out first, and then we're going to take it up, the blend right on up. And when I do start that blend, I know I did it with that 1.5, so I'm going to take it. That was with the 1.5 closed on top. So when I start on the side with the 1.5, I open them up, and then all the way to close, then back to my 1. So basically, I'm going to say I cut his whole head with the 1.5 guard and the 1 guard. Not much at all. 2 guards. To give him his drop fade. Okay, yeah, so that fade is coming along nicely.
Yeah, I remember.
And to be honest, I probably should have went back in my drawer and used my masters on him, since I've been using them on him for years, and me just now trying these babyless Black Pros, and I like them, but since I was doing this tutorial here, I should have went on with the masters. It just made my job a little bit more harder, knowing that hair is clogging up in there. And for some of y'all that's wondering how I'm doing the video, and you see both of my hands in the video, it is with the Meta Ray-Bans. See, I'm promoting y'all too, man. So, Botana oil and Meta Ray-Ban, I'm going to need y'all to look out for me.
You lost a little weight, though.
And you see how I'm using the comb and clipper? I've learned that in school with the comb and shear. I used to use a brush back in the day, but holding that brush became too much for me. So, and even if you can see the bottom of my comb, on the larger side of the comb, I like to break all the teeth out so my fingers can grip the comb better, if that makes sense. And that's how I used to know my combs versus being in the barbershop with a bunch of barbers, man, and your comb's missing. Everybody know that's my comb, man. I take all the teeth out. Okay, now here we go. You see where he's thinning at, and me going on top. I'm going around the thin spot. The spot is already thin, so why would I cut over the thin spot? I'm cutting over the dark spots. I got to have the dark spots to be blended in into the light spots. Okay, now we at the back at the occipital bone, knocking that line out. Ooh, I'm impatient now. I want to see the end of this video. See how it all come together. I want to see this. Because the way that crown looking, woo, you kind of light there, T. But I'm going to get you together. And that temporary line enhancer, like I said, you can take showers and all that. I wouldn't advise for you to put no shampoo in your hair and all of that, because, of course, you're going to wash it on out. As a matter of fact, if I put that temporary line enhancer on you, just don't take no showers. Just go as it is. And here we go again. Getting that line out. Using the corner of them clippers. Remember, these is my babyless T-liners. I love using them corners. Sometimes if you leave it flat and try to get a line out, you'll put another line in there. But if you use the corner, them two little teeth in the corner, you can get it out. Okay, now we're getting around that crown. Let's get around there. And you got to follow how the hair grows. Please follow how the hair grows. If you go any opposite way, it's going to cut it lower than what you want.
You can't even finger on it, so you got to do something else.
It's coming along, coming along. And that's the 1.5 I'm still working with. 1.5. Oh, I think at the end, too, I slide another guard in there. That's the 0.5. That's to take that little weight out. So I can either use that 0.5 or you can use the comb and clipper. And I was trying to hurry up. My client was in a rush. He was already late for his appointment due to a car accident, and he was in a rush. So I said, I'm going to go as fast as I can, my brother, but I still want you to have a little quality. Trying to get up under that occipital bone without going too high, because he don't like that bone out there, and he feel like if the ball fade go a little bit higher than that, it's going to show that big old nugget back there. So he want to keep a little hair on it so it won't be so noticeable. But just wait how you see that light spot on top. Just wait till you see how I blend that in. Throw a little sauce on there. Nothing against the people that be using all the fibers and sauce and all of that, man. I think barbers do great with that, but I just think it's the people that get it for the wrong reasons. You doing photo shoot, acting, movies, all of that, by all means, get it. But I got some people in here that be asking for it. And I be like, so what's your plans for today? And they, oh man, we going swimming. Bro, don't you know this chlorine about to pull all of that up out of there? You gonna jump in the pool and come out a whole different person. So it's the customers. They gotta find the right reason to be getting this enhancement. And I know I ain't supposed to do this, but I took out that white chalk. I had the young guys coming in asking for that, man. It's just so meaningless to me, man. To me. Mind y'all, this is me, my opinion. This is the way I do things. I didn't say it was the right way. It's been working for me. Okay, now we getting up here to blend that spot on in. You see I'm going all the way up to the top, because I can't have all the weight right around the thin spot, so I got to kind of thin it out a little bit. And I see that one spot I wanted. Oh, there, I got it right there. That's what I wanted, that little weight spot. Okay, going back over, you see how he thinning on both sides? I'm trying to go around it. And me looking at this video, I'm looking like, is this going to turn out right? That's how I look at a lot of videos on barbers. I'll be looking at they start to finish, and I'll be like, ooh, this don't look too good. But at the end, I'll be like, oh, he got my man crispy. So trust the process. He do. He been coming to me almost 20 years, so he trusts. He had put the pressure on me, man. I was rushing on him. So, all right, so here we go. The line enhancement. Put a little tip on my brush. I start with the sidebar. Not too heavy. Remember, not too heavy. Go across my top. And me using my clippers that way, when I'm telling you one side at a time, I do the same thing with my sauce. It's going to be light. So I know y'all was looking at that fade on the side. I'm not done with that fade on the side. Me trying to rush with him, I figured, let me put this sauce on you. And while the sauce is drying, then I can go get all the imperfections. Because I can use my blower to dry it off quickly, but I'm trying to make this a quick process for him because he's in a rush. There we go with that little spot. Let me get a little bit more. Let's fill this spot in. He's trying to win. And he really don't like no extra spray or none of that stuff, but he will let me do the temporary line enhancement. He don't want no fibers. He don't want no black spray. He don't want none of that. I be forgetting I got the meta glasses on, so as soon as somebody say something to me, I direct my attention towards them. So that means I have to look at them, and then you be like, man, why you not focused on this haircut? See how heavy it is? I got to blot it on out, get it in there, and let it dry. And I'm not sure if my meta glasses stopped recording or if I got it or not when I did the top of the head and the crown with the sauce. I just dripped a little bit on top, just in case it ain't on video, and then smeared around with my little brush and let it dry. Okay, now we're going in with this line on one side. We're doing a sauce check. So yeah, it did skip a few parts. The meta glasses. That's the only thing I don't like about them glasses. They only record for 3 minutes. And I get to running off at the mouth and forget that it stopped recording. Now, mind you, we with the same trimmers. And so badly I want to use the zero gap boys on him because I wouldn't have to go over it so many times. But if I use them zero gaps, I don't care if I barely touch his skin. It's going to whip up. Like these, basically, you can call these his own private clippers, man. Because I've been cutting his hair for so long, I had to adjust some clippers that fit him perfectly. But I also can use them on the kids, on the sensitive necks, sensitive faces. Because I definitely don't want him to give me no call again after he get home, get out the shower. Like, man, my whole lineup whipped up. And he has somewhere important to go. Like he be Fox 2, Channel 4 News. He do a bunch of freehand painting and murals. And I was looking at him on Fox 2 one time, and they was talking about it. I was like, look at that boy haircut. Yes. Yes. Look at the line coming along with that temporary line enhancer. It just made it crispy with no webs. So look, you can get this type of line with clippers that are not zero gapped. You just got to know what you're doing. I see a lot of people, I'm not saying it's the wrong way, but I just see a lot of people pushing lines instead of combing the hair down and chopping it. It's gone. Because if you push it, all he gonna do is go home and brush it, and it's gonna come right over back over the top of the line. So if you comb it down, chop it. Ooh, that weight right there that weight line on that ball fade on the side is bothering me. But I know I'm gonna take it out anyway, so. And for those that's just watching, they probably like, oh man, you got that whole weight line around that man's head. I just wanted to go on and get this part out the way. By him being in a rush, then I was gonna get to the rest of it. So here we go. Let's go on and make them final touches. Them glasses, man, at 3 minutes. So I guess for my next video, you know I'm new to this. This is the first video I did. So the next one, I'm probably going to have my phone set up and my meta glasses on. So whatever I'm missing from the meta glasses, I can just jump on the phone and edit it on in. Because y'all just missed a whole lot. The same T-liners, got to get a little shave on them. Now, he can take the babyless shaver. And my babyless shaver is 2-coil. So I like to knock the hair on down first, so it won't be too much stress on the babyless boys. And then after I'm done with all of that, I spin him around while looking in the mirror with him. Because one thing about that mirror, what my eyes see, his eyes can't see. He can only see his head through a mirror. You can't take your eyes out and put them in your hand and roll them around your head just to see. So whatever he look in the mirror and see, I have to see that as well. So if y'all ever wondered why barbers always looking in the mirror with you, that's one of the reasons why. It's the only reason why. We have to see what you see. Yeah, and by this being that first video, man, and him being in a rush, wait till the next one, because it would have been a lot easier for me getting that shave together on him if I would have let the seat back, but I'm just kind of pressed for time. And by being a long-term customer, you know, I respected that, because if he wasn't, first thing I would say, how you pressing me for time and you was late? Now, he talking about an accident, but I get that. And that's why I always leave out early anytime I go somewhere. If I got to be somewhere at 1 o'clock, I'm leaving out early, just in case there's an accident or a traffic jam. And he rushed me so much, I think I forgot to separate that eyebrow that I normally do for him. Yeah, I'm back on that line again, man. Yeah, sometimes barbers got to be perfect. We try to be. Now, y'all should know, any barber should know, if I would have went over that line as much as I did with some zero gaps, he definitely would have been wept up. But my sensitive boys, and I think they hit pretty nice to not be zero gap. And I done had them from quite some time. It's always be the ones that you had forever. You don't be wanting to change the blade or nothing, man. I don't even be want to change it at all, because as soon as you get some new ones to change that blade, they ain't going to hit the same. Okay, so now this is the finished product.